My friend and longtime collaborator Tom Antos recently released a retrospective of 2011 as concerns his filmmaking, and it made me smile to see how many different projects he and I worked on together. It also got me realizing what a busy year 2011 was, and I thought it might be a great kick in the pants to take a look back myself. It could be something to sort of hold me accountable to family and friends, or anyone watching. Something to help ensure next year's retrospective contains more than just the words, "Beat Skyrim." 2011 started off strong with the shooting of 3 Netflix commercials that would play online for many months following. This was an especially welcome opportunity, as I got a chance to act opposite my wife, then fiancé, on the set of Pete Wang, the director who had first introduced us a few years back. Even the weird rantings of a threatened men's group couldn't put a damper on the fun of this project. 2011 was also the year my friend Tom Antos revamped the focus of his career to center on YouTube. He brought me along for a bunch of his projects, starting with the action comedy Call of Duty Black Ops vs. Crisis 2, The Ultimate Duel. That was followed by an insane music video utilizing the awesome rap acting skills of Daystorm Power. The video strolled through movie history and was shot completely in one take, with digital backdrops added in later. We followed that up with a short film called Rabbit Ransom, written by myself. It's a violent little comedy about an ass-kicking Easter Bunny escaping his terrorist captors. I auditioned for director Jonathan Chiavitti and was cast in the bloody teaser trailer for his feature film Dead Men Do. I got to try out some different writing techniques when I was brought on board by Cineflix for a month or so to work on the writing of a few different episodes of the new HGTV show Design Wars. It was a fun experience and unlike anything I'd ever really done in the entertainment industry before. Around the same time, Pete called me back out for another commercial shoot, this one for Stauffer's Animal Crackers. This one never made it to air actually, but it was still a fun concept where I got to meet a bunch of swell people, and the end product turned out great. The year before, I had been cast as Mike, a cocky pickpocket, in the new web series Clutch, written and directed by Jonathan Robbins. While we had done a few photo shoots in the winter, it wasn't until late summer of 2011 that I was actually brought on set. I shot 5 episodes in all, made some dynamite friends doing it, and had an all-around blast. The show would gain a lot of attention, get picked up by Coldcast TV, and end up a finalist for the 2011 Next Media Awards. It also brought us to Fan Expo for a panel discussion and a few interviews. One of my sideline careers is as a visual effects artist, and I was introduced to a very talented director, Marc-André Murel, when I was approached about doing some compositing work on his short film Goodbye. Good film, and the relationship has panned out too. I'll be acting in a feature he's producing called Comatose in early 2012. 2011 also saw the release or re-release of a number of films I'd shot in previous years. Red Moon Over Rigger's Pond, a short I'd written and starred in back in 2006, directed by Tom Antos, has been available on DVD for some time, but it made its way to YouTube and a larger audience in early 2011. Dinner Date, another film I'd shot with Tom back in 2010, and another one featuring my wife, then fiancé, finished its festival run. It's still available from Amazon on DVD, packaged with a lot of awesome filmmaking tutorials, but it made its way onto YouTube in 2011, where it's accumulated nearly 1 million views by now. The biggest release for me, though, was a feature I'd starred in and done a lot of the visual effects for 3 years prior, Android Reenactment. Written and directed by Daryl Shaw, the film is now enjoying a festival run, and has picked up some rave reviews from major writers and directors in the horror sci-fi industry, including Vincenzo Natali, director of Splice and Cube, Chris Alexander, editor-in-chief of Fangoria magazine, and even John Russo, writer of The Night of the Living Dead. The film was even featured in December's issue of Fangoria magazine. It also played at Festival of Fear, an adjunct of Fan Expo, and generated a few interviews of its own, including a radio session with myself and the director on the hilarious internet radio show Geekard. Nor were we done working on this film, much to my surprise. There have been several supplementary short films shot in 2011 for Android, scheduled to come out in later months, including one where I reprised my Android reenactment role of the mad scientist Ernest Daglek. 2011 was also the first year to see one of my novels made available to the public. Dawn at the Royal Star went on sale as a Kindle ebook in August. Pick up a copy, I'll love you for it. Inspired by Tom's success in the YouTube venue, I also did some new script writing in 2011, generating the first 2 episodes of what will be a comedy web series called Castle Ratfinger, and transforming a feature I'd earlier written into a potential web series as well, called The Bigger Problem. The hope is to put one or both of these into production in 2012. The next short I shot with Tom was a live-action look at the Dragon Ball Z universe, called Dragon Ball Forever. Even though I broke my rib in the shooting of it, it was a total blast, and introduced me to YouTuber Young Lee and stuntman Jeff Meach, both great guys. We followed this one up with a short comedy about a Swiss Army lightsaber, where I got to do some more writing and actually got to act with Tom, a rare treat. Will Wong is an associate producer on Clutch, and he brought me out for a cameo role in his feature, Siphon of the Soul. It gave me a chance to act opposite the very talented Lindsay Lyon, a chance I'd get to revisit shortly. I was also asked to lend my voice, as the commander, to the incredible action-packed short film Call of Duty Operation Kingfish, directed by Jeff Chan. This film was sponsored by Activision and was the opening event of literally the largest entertainment launch in history, the Call of Duty XP event in LA that brought Modern Warfare 3 to the world. Oh, and my wife, then fiancé, supplied her voice too. Tom later approached me with a suggestion, what if we did something with zombies? So I wrote the short script Till Death Do Us Part and we shot it. The costumes pulled double duty because when my wife, then fiancé, became my wife, now wife, a month later, I used them to design a personalized poster for wedding favors. My second opportunity to work with Lindsay came on the set of T is for Testosterone Replacement Therapy, written and directed by Daryl Shaw for the ABCs of Death project. This film pushed me well outside my comfort zone, but has been very well received by audiences, and I couldn't be happier with the final product. I got to revisit the first-person shooter video game genre with the next music video, Campers Be Warned, sung by Daystorm Power. It extolled the virtues of the excellent Battlefield 3 video game, and featured me dying awfully again and again. The final film I shot with Tom in 2011 was a short comedy called Dream Cars, about 3 men who go to heaven and learn the rewards awaiting them may not be what they expected. I also recorded some voiceover for a new Angry Birds video he intends to do, though that one hasn't come out yet. My last project of the year was a short dark thriller called Orange. It won't be released for a few months yet, but it was wonderful to work my first shoot with director Jay Clark. It also closed out the year with a final shoot with Tanya, the first we shot as actual husband and wife. All in all, it was a pretty solid year, owed in no small part to the amazing people who allowed me to be a part of their projects. For 2012, the hope is to take things a step further, generating our own content, as well as continuing to work with old and new friends. Thanks to everyone I got a chance to work with in 2011, and thanks to those friends and family who continue to support me in everything I do.